following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hello and welcome to another edition of our program CHW in Action with your host, your CHW, Rafael Calderon. Well, I know that I say all the time that this show is going to be a special show, but this time I mean it even more than before, because this is going to be a Skype interview with my new friend Linda from the Bellybutton Healing Kit and Movement. So this is the Bellybutton one. You have seen for the last 2 weeks I have had guests to talk about the benefits of using a belly button and where it comes from and so on and so forth. But I saw Julie on YouTube and I saw how good she is in talking about it and using it. So I thought she might be much better than me to tell you about it. So let us welcome Linda to us. Linda, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing really well.
Thank you for being with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
happy to be here with you.
Now, please tell us about you, who you are, and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Linda, and I'm the affiliate manager for this tool called Bellybutton Healing. Yeah, so I manage people in the community who help spread awareness about this tool and help heal the community with this tool. So that's my main job, to spread awareness, movement of healing.
Excellent. See, I have mine too. Okay. Now, how did you get started with the belly button? How did you get introduced?
Yeah, so actually, I have a personal story of healing that made me really inspired to get passionate about this tool. So my story, I suffered with food allergies, food sensitivities actually, gluten and dairy sensitivities for about 10 years of my life. And nothing was working. I tried foods, I tried so many things. I would get food sensitivities. I would break out all over my face from my food sensitivities and nothing was working. And funny enough, I discovered this tool separate from my food sensitivity problem that I was having. And when I first saw this tool, I kind of had the same reaction that most people give me when I tell them about belly button healing. I was like, what is this? And what do you mean you want me to put this on my belly button? Because we have this idea that belly button is kind of a private, safe, tender spot. But I was like, I like trying new things, and I had nothing to lose at this point because I was really miserable physically and emotionally from my food sensitivities and all the breakdown that I was having on my face. So I tried it, and surprisingly enough, 2 weeks after years of 2 weeks of consistent belly button healing really helped me that acne that I had on my face.
Wow.
And then after about a month, it helped me really heal myself of the I saw that I wasn't allergic to foods that I was allergic to anymore, and I really covered my life and gained my life back from just using this tool very diligently. And so I have total conviction and faith that this tool can be of great use to people in the community because it really helps me in a time where nothing, literally nothing, so much money, so much time, so much energy, I'm trying to heal myself. When this little thing was the answer all along. So because I have my own experience of healing with the belly button wand, I'm an advocate, I'm a true believer, and I really want to give back to the community and let people know that, whatever you're suffering from, whatever health condition, emotionally, physically you're struggling from, this tool can help you gain your life back. I know what that feels like. Just going through that, it made me feel like I lost control. But thanks to this tool, here I am talking.
How nice, how nice. Thank you for sharing that. Now, the question is that I get asked a lot is, okay, how does it work? How exactly does putting this thing into my belly button help me and make me feel better? So how would you answer that question?
Yeah, so when we created Bellybutton, we took wisdom from Eastern energy philosophy as Western medical science. So if you look at the knowledge behind it, it's the best of both worlds. It combines Eastern medicine and Western science. So for the eastern side, the belly button is a very important reflexology point that connects to all the major points in the abdominal area. So if you think about your belly button, it's right in the middle of your body, right in the middle of your abdomen, and it's linked to so many lymph nodes, blood vessels, nerves, organs in that area. And because it's a reflexology point, if you're familiar with reflexology, stimulating that point has an effect on the tissue of the body. So we use that point of the belly button as a reflexology point, but the goal of belly button training is to stimulate a very important nerve underneath the belly button called the vagus nerve. And this is where we draw from Western science. Vagus nerve, one role of the vagus nerve is to put your body in a state of rest and digest. In our modern society, we're stressed all the time, constantly, like in this fight or flight mode. That causes so much modern day sicknesses that are rooted in that stress. Constantly in the stress, fight, or flight mode. But that vagus nerve, what turns your body from fight or flight to rest and digest. And the belly button sits on top of the small intestine, which is affected by the vagus. Vagus nerve touches the small intestine. And so we that point, that reflexology point, to trigger the vagus nerve to send messages to your brain to rest, digest the body, optimal healing.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I met you through Barbara from Body and Brain at Riverwalk. And I got to tell you, I'm sure you know Barbara and Cholet. Those two ladies are amazing. Okay, I
Yes.
call them my two new angels because they, yeah, because they got me involved into this, wellness stuff and healing, and it's amazing. Okay, so Barbara and I talked because Cholet was doing a class, and we talked about me getting, well, becoming an affiliate, and that's how you and I met. So my
Mhm.
goal is to, as an affiliate, to get this tool into every home in the New England region. And I'm talking about from Maine, from the state of Maine until the state of Connecticut. Okay, that's my goal because it worked for me. I mean, I used it. I've been using it now for about 2 months and a half, 3 months, and I can tell you that it's helping me. It's giving me more energy. It's helping me getting more toned up. I always do my push-ups and my exercises, but I was kind of bulky. And for a guy like me who's not very tall, it's not good to be bulky because then I have my neck disappears. Okay, so so the belly button is really really good for me. So, but the most important thing is that I now have more energy. I now have more energy than before. I can do more than before, and I work with people that have chronic diseases, and I tell them if you have more energy, you can do more. You feel more alive. You're more energized, so you can enjoy your life more. And that's the main thing that I do is I teach classes, so that people can live a healthier lifestyle. So I plan to use the belly button healing wand to get people healthier, right? So I need your help as my affiliate manager to get it out there. So what do you say?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to work with all the affiliates. We have so many affiliates in different realms, like the TV industry. We have other affiliates in like health and nutrition and that kind of stuff. But I think, I personally, the reason why I got involved is because, it changed my life. And I feel like if you have a tool and you have awareness about a tool that can really help the community in a big way, I feel the sense of duty to let others know about it. Whether they take it or not, it's their choice. It's their option. But from an affiliate to someone who's been exposed to the belly button, someone, especially someone like you and I, who have experienced our own personal healing, our own personal benefits from this tool, I really think that we have this duty to let the people in the community know about it. So I think what you're doing with this TV show, and then what you're doing, helping to get to a lot of people, is a really great thing for a community and for people I know who are watching. I know there are people like, I don't get it. I still have hesitancy. I don't know. It's so new, and I totally understand that. It's such a new concept that people might seem kind of afraid to try. But for people who are watching out there, I just want to say, like, you have nothing to lose. And it's honestly, you have two people here who are telling you that it's something really great from it. So I think it's really important, especially when you're trying to heal your body, to keep your mind open. Keep your mind open to things because who knows, something that you didn't expect. Like for me, I never expected this tool to really help me out with sensitivities. If you keep your mind open and you just try it and have really speaking the word in their communities and bringing awareness, I think we could bring mass healing on a global scale. We could start first in England and then grow to the entire East Coast and then spread over to the Central Coast. Just spread really, really big. Because our goal is ultimately, and I'm sure you are with me on this, is not only just healing the community, not only just healing the individual, but really healing on a bigger scale. Because the world, as you can see, so much news out there. Feel the world needs healing. And the world needs our love.
I agree with you 100%. That's why Barbara and I were talking the other day, and she said, Rafael, let's heal the world together. So I want you to join us in healing the world together. There's a lot of pain and suffering out there, and I think that's because you have a lot of people, there's a lot of negative energy out there. So my thinking is that if we can bring forth positive energy, one person at a
Yeah.
time, if we get one person at a time to feel better about themselves, once they feel better about themselves, they'll be more open to wanting others to feel better. And then you have an entire community of people wanting to help each other. And that community then becomes a city, that city becomes a state, that state becomes a region, the region becomes a whole country, and then the whole planet.
Right. Yeah, so from my point of view, from the healing side, I'm very honored and very inspired by you and what you're doing at CHW Forever and CHW in Action to spread that healing message out to the world. So I'm really excited to collaborate with like you to get that healing message out to the world for everyone.
Nice, thank you, thank you. You know what you can do for me? You can give me access to those nice videos that you have on YouTube, because I love those videos when I saw them.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's just so funny that like people recognize you on YouTube as the belly button healing girl, they come up to me, they're like, oh my god, I saw you on YouTube. It's just a crazy thing for me. I never thought it would happen.
You did very well. See, to me, I'm excited because I'm actually interviewing a real life professional model on Skype. To me, this is cool. This is one of the things that I wanted to do when I started this TV show 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Already, lots of great things are happening.
Now, what vision do you have for the belly button healing? Do you see, how do you, I know we talked about we want to bring it all over eventually all over the planet. We want to heal the earth, and we want to do it
Mhm.
one person at a time, one family at a time, one community at a time, so on and so forth until we reach everybody. So Barbara and Cholet, Body and Brain at Riverwalk, they both told me about this movement to get
Mhm.
the tool out there. Can we talk a
Mhm.
little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So the ultimate goal for Belly Button Healing movement that we're doing is to bring awareness that we have the innate power to naturally heal ourselves. And I feel like we're kind of in a culture and society where we've lost that thought that we can heal ourselves. Like we think that if we're sick, there's something wrong with us. That we can't heal unless we go to the doctor, unless we take medicine, unless we do these procedures. So we have a trend of people relying on systems outside of themselves to bring them healing, and even those are not guaranteed. A lot of people can heal temporarily or something, but then they get sick again, and it's just an emotional battle. But we really want, with this tool, we really want to remind you and to help you feel innate natural healing ability that we have inside of us. That of course doctors can help us, hospitals can help us. I'm not saying that they're not helpful. I'm not saying that they're bad, but it's there's a fine line between being totally dependent on them, losing control of your versus having a sense of control and awareness that you can heal yourself naturally and trying those modalities and then using doctors and hospitals as supplement to your journey of healing. So our whole main goal is this is a tool that gives you the power to heal yourself naturally. And I really believe, as I mentioned, with my food sensitivities, I was relying on outside things. I was tiptoeing on outside things, relying on other people to heal me, other people to fix me, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working to what made me feel good. But it wasn't until this tool uh, came into my life, it helped me feel my own body, communicate with my own, and realize that I do have that ability to heal naturally. I just forgot about it temporarily. So I would say that's main voice of our movement, to remind people and to give people an accessible tool where they can use to heal themselves and recover that natural healing ability that we all have inside of us that we just forgot about.
So we're talking about self-management, self-empowerment. We want to
Mhm.
take people. We want to give people power in the way of education to be able to take better care of themselves, to be healthier.
Mhm.
That's awesome because that's the same thing that I promote. That's what we want.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah, go ahead.
so also another thing that I see a lot of people do these days, which I was also of, is that we're always busy helping other people. We're always busy making sure our families are okay, our sons and daughters, our mothers and fathers. We make sure everyone is okay around us, but we forget about ourselves. And in that process, we get exhausted, we get sick, get physically, emotionally, and mentally drained. And I feel like you said, you touched upon this earlier, like healing starts from the individual. So if you have a really concrete way to manage your own health, and especially if you're in a position in the family where a lot of people rely on you, if you crumble, your whole family crumbles, right? So you feel like that really needs to be a way to manage their own health and gain power away from within, which is why I really believe towards the movement that we're doing.
Very, very nice. Now, I'm in Nashua, New Hampshire. You're in Gilbert, Arizona. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How is the weather out there?
So hot, 115 degrees today.
Amazing. Here it's been funny because it was sort of like raining about an hour ago, and now it's not raining. The sun's trying to come out. I just wanted to make the point that we're having this conversation within two different parts of the country. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, seriously, technology these days are so amazing. And we can talk about the same thing at the same time, transcending time and space.
Mhm. No, we are one. I've always said that we're one big community. We're trying to accomplish the same thing. We want people to be healthier because when we're healthier, we can become more connected with who we are, and we can go deep into ourselves and become the person that we were meant to be. Like you were saying, we're so busy, usually doing things for other people, taking care for other people, we neglect ourselves a little bit. And as we neglect ourselves, it's like we disconnect a little with the person that we are inside. And that's why I'm
Mhm.
so excited to be involved in this belly button healing thing, because I'm telling you, it has worked for me. I'm so much more energized, but also more centered, and I want
Mhm.
everybody to be at the same place. So I think we're
Mhm.
trying to do the exact same thing. So let's do it together.
Yeah, sure. We need to get together. You know, it's not one person, it's not one organization, it's not one entity that will eventually bring that healing. It's the collaboration of these people, all these communities, all these entities, all these beliefs together that will eventually create that mass scale healing that we're talking about. So yes, let's do it together.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So now, what things are you doing to promote yourself, to promote the movement out in Arizona?
Yeah, so the affiliate program is big to get people in the community to spread it within their network because I'm only one person, so I have mine, and that network is not as powerful as other people adding their networks to the network that we have already. So in a national scale, I have all these affiliates that I connect with, and I help them spread belly button healing, help them become educated with the tool, how to empower community. But as for Arizona specifically, like I personally, I meet people. I give workshops about belly button healing. I give like this whole talk about why the belly button is so important. And something that I always emphasize that people really resonate with is the reason why belly button is so important is because people think it's a scar left over from birth, but it's not. If you think about it, your belly button is where your umbilical cord, life, was connected with your mother's life force. So that's the first sign of life force where you receive all of your mother's nutrients, your mother's DNA, your father's DNA, information that made up your life force starting in the belly. That was the first place to form before your brain, before anything else was there. What's cool about that? Let's take that one step beyond. Your belly button was connected to your mother's belly button, whose belly button was connected to her mother's belly button. It goes all the way up the ancestral ladder of humanity, and it can go all the way up that family country, you will see all of these people are eventually united from one source. One big belly button gave birth to all these many people, you know? It's a very powerful thing. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I give workshops at Arizona, and I talk about these things, and I put in all this passion that I have into belly button healing, and I'm delivering it that way.
I love your passion. Okay. Now, this could be a silly question, but do you have any material in Spanish? Because I'm Spanish and I want to bring this to my Spanish community too.
Right. It's cool that you ask because we have a threefold brochure. That's our main brochure that we use for advertising and letting people know about the product.
Mhm.
And we recently translated that brochure into Spanish. So we do have a Spanish brochure of belly that I'm more than happy to share.
Please do. I will welcome it. So then, how do I become the Spanish ambassador for the belly button healing tool?
Oh, that's a good question. So huh, I would go to places where a big Spanish community is out,
Mhm.
be like somewhere near you, or like an online place where the Spanish community like hangs out,
Mhm.
and connect with maybe start with Spanish community focus on health, and then join that community and start talking and start meeting a lot of people from that community. Yeah, and if you have like Spanish people around you, then ask them to connect you to their network. Because I'm finding out, I'm trying to network here in Arizona too, and every person is a networking possibility. Every person knows somebody that will help them. So what I did when I started networking to my community was I told everyone around me. So everyone knows that I'm doing this thing. And then they start talking about it and it lands in someone's ear that can really help you. So people who speak Spanish in the Spanish community, I would tell them, everyone you know Spanish in your network.
Okay, okay. So now this is a very important question, okay? To become as good as you are with this belly button healing thing, do I have to get cool tattoos like you have in your arms?
My powers tattoos. That would be cool though, huh?
I'm thinking I'm gonna get me a Batman tattoo over here, and then I'm gonna get me a belly button thing over here. What do you think?
I love it. Let's get together.
See, then I'm gonna be like you. When I grow up, I wanna be like Linda.
I love it.
So time flies when you're having fun. We're coming close to the end of the interview. So my question to you is there any topic, subject that we haven't touched on that you would like people to know about the belly button healing?
Mm, I just want to know that belly button healing can be in so many modern day, modern day ailments. Because another thing that I emphasize is, people overcomplicate things all the time. We think too much, something should be taken very simply. So simply put, the reason why the movement exercise of belly button healing is so good for you is because what you do with belly button healing, you just push it on your button, and then you just push into your gut like this. And what's good about that movement is because your gut, if you think about it, your gut is long chain muscles that get
Nice.
stiff and tired and over time naturally from stress, from digesting too much. Just like any other muscle, if you work out too much, you get sore, right? You get stiff and tense.
Yeah,
It's natural.
that's right.
The gut is muscle too. So just like any muscle in your body, it needs to be massaged. Because if it doesn't get massaged, it's very, very tight, very, very tense. And
Yeah.
that's why people these days, so many people, we don't think to massage the muscle. We get very expensive massages for shoulders, neck, back, legs, everything. We forget about the gut, which is a very important muscle. And if the muscles are very tight, then you have many problems like constipation, IBS, irritable syndrome, insomnia, so like that, food sensitivities like me. So many modern day diseases can just be alleviated by massaging the muscles of your gut to get yourself more relaxed. It's like, imagine never massaging your shoulders your whole life. Can you imagine your shoulders It'd be so tight, it would be so stiff, and it would affect you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because you're so tense like this. But that's what we're doing for our gut these days. We're not massaging the tension that we're carrying like this. And wonder why we're sick. And we don't think to massage. We just think to okay, let's take a painkiller. Let's take something. Let's take some. But it's really not necessary at all. It's like trying to take a painkiller for a muscle cramp. But if you have a muscle cramp, just massage it, and it relaxes naturally. Same thing with your gut. It's very, very powerful. This will do for you.
Very, very nice. Linda, I want to thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing this information with our audience. Thank you for your passion. You're a very passionate lady. I respect that.
Thank you so much. I had a really great time speaking with you, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with you more.
Nice. We will do this again because I want us to talk for a longer time. I want us to go into more details about that because I know on YouTube you have one video where you touch yourself all over the body with the belly button one. So I invite you to come back to the TV show. Know that this is a vehicle for you whenever you want to send a message, and that we will always be here for you. Okay? Okay, so with that, I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank my audience for watching us. So thank you again to the city of Nashua, to the state of New Hampshire, to the entire New England region. Thank you for watching my new friend, Linda. Together, we are going to heal the world. And this all started with Barbara and Cholet at Body and Brain at Riverwalk in Lawrence, Massachusetts. We're all one big community. We are going to heal the world. And with that, your friend, your CHW, Rafael Calderon, God bless you.
Hi, my name is Barbara Maffeo. I am the co-owner of the Body and Brain Yoga Studio here at Riverwalk in Lawrence.
Hello, my name is Cholet Getty, and I am the co-owner of Body and Brain Yoga Tai Chi in Lawrence.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.